Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on this little video a bit late in the evening here in the UK. Beatle Dave has just come back from work and was eating his tea. A knock at the door and a nice big parcel's come for me, which is this here. Can you guess what it is, folks? Can you guess what it is? So we're going to do an unboxing. Trusty knife. I think it is this one here. A little bit of background just in case you've missed any of my videos over the past week or so. I'd ordered the George Harrison Living in the World Super Deluxe box set. The company or the site that I ordered it from took my money, did tell me a couple of days before the official release date that I wouldn't be getting it on the release date, but should be getting it a few days afterwards. And then I think it was the Monday after it had been released, I got an email off them saying, sorry, you know, we've cocked the order up, basically you're not going to get it. They did send me a refund. Sue did go, well, she found me a double Living in the Material World vinyl, which is brilliant, which I'm still going to do a review on if you want me to. Then I was looking on the internet, as you do, and I was thinking of these Beatles 1964 US mono albums. I must stress I've got most of these. They're not all mono, but I've got the original albums, the American albums. Some of them are in really nice condition, some aren't. So I was thinking, well, maybe I should just get the ones that I need, you know, the ones that are a bit battered up, get upgrade copies. So I was looking on a site, which I'll tell you it was in a minute, and you can buy these albums individually for around £39 each. So I thought, well, if that's 6, although there's 8 albums, but one of them you can only get in the box set. If that's 6, that's 40, 80. That's £240 for those 6 at those prices. Then I saw that this site had the box set. So I thought, well, how much is the box set? And the box set was a little bit more than that, don't get me wrong. Well, it wasn't actually, it was cheaper. I think it was something like £10 cheaper to buy the box set than it was the individual albums, the 6 individual albums. Bearing in mind with the box set you get the double Beatles story. So then I just put in buy, just to see what came up, and it said because you are a loyal customer you can get X amount off this box set. So I've took the plunge and I've bought the Beatles 1964 US mono albums, and I must say this is really, really well packaged. I've got to try and do this without it all coming out. So this is it. Let's see if we can get it out. Oh God. Right. They're well packaged, so this has done its job. Well, looking at it so far, it's done its job. So I must emphasise, this is only an unboxing video. It is not a review as such. I'm just going to show you what's in this box set. Then if you give me a few days so I can listen to it, then I'll give you a review if that's okay. First impressions. Very nice. I think this is quite nice. Let me just put my grandad glasses on for a sec. I will try and make this as quick as I can, because it's only an unboxing video, isn't it? So you get the hype sticker, and it says, the Beatles are coming. Meet the Beatles' second album, A Hard Day's Night, Something New, the Beatles Story, 2 LP, exclusive to this set, it says. The Beatles 65 and the early Beatles. Replicas of the 7 original mono US albums releases. Analog cut from the original master tapes on 180 gram audio audiophile vinyl, it says here. Includes inserts featuring in-depth essays on the history of the albums in each LP. Nice, so it is nice. And then on the back you get the same, but you get the split apple. Right, where's my knife gone? I will try and do this very, very carefully so I don't cut any fingers off. So best of luck and all that. So just go do that there and do that there. They don't make it easy for to get in these things, do they? Ow! No joking. I'm joking, folks. Only joking. Have we done that one? I don't know. I don't think we did we? So yeah, this box set, technically, I didn't need anything that was in this. So with my sensible head on, I wasn't going to buy it, was I? But then, with my collector's head on and my Beatles head on, I'm thinking, yeah, wouldn't it be nice to get some really, really nice copies of these American albums? Now, I think, in some ways, and again, this is just my personal opinion, although everybody's saying this is aimed at America, this box set, because they are the American albums, ooh, I actually think these might be of more interest, in some ways, to people who live outside America, because for us in the UK and other parts of Europe and places like that, technically we never really got these albums. Yes, when I first started collecting records many years ago, you could get these albums at second-hand record fairs. You would occasionally find them in second-hand record shops and things like that, and they weren't usually that expensive, although over the past few years they have shot up in prices for really, really nice copies. I'm lucky I've got a few nice copies. When this was advertised, originally advertised, I did think yes, and then I was thinking, but is it just a cash grab? I have changed my mind now. I don't think this is a cash grab. I think, bear in mind, this is the first time I'm seeing this in the flesh, as to speak. I actually think this is okay. I just think it's got a bit of a misleading title, The Beatles 1964 albums in mono, because the early Beatles was actually released in 1965, wasn't it, which I'll go into in a later video. So this is the box, and a really, really nice sturdy box. Really, really nice construction, to be honest. Made in France. You see that? So does that mean these albums are going to sound good, or does it mean they're not going to be very good? So they come like this. So this is all of the albums in a nice slip case. So we start off with, let's put that down there. Let's move that out of the way for a minute, Dave. Yeah, so I ordered this on Saturday, and as I'm recording this is Wednesday evening, and the place I actually got it from was HMV site in the UK. And like I say, this has actually cost me less to buy the box set than it would to buy the 6 individual albums. Bear in mind, you can't buy the Beatles story individually, exclusive to this, right? Okay, it's not really a very good selling point, is it, that? I don't think. So first we have Meet the Beatles. This was Capitol's first American Beatles album, wasn't it? Although VJ did release Introducing the Beatles, was it 7 days before this? So this is basically a reworking of With the Beatles from the UK. Very, very bluey looking tint to that, I think. The covers look really, really nice. Now these aren't individually wrapped, they come already open. Is that a good thing, a bad thing? I don't know. I don't. It doesn't really bother me because they're going to get played anyway, so even if they're sealed, I'd be opening them. From what I can remember without getting one of my other albums out, that does look pretty faithful to it, although it does look a hell of a lot shiny, and the cardboard seems to be a lot thicker. Yeah, so basically this is with the Beatles with a couple of songs taken off, and I Want to Hold Your Hand and She Loves You put on instead, isn't it? So that is the track listing, which I'm sure you all know. Let's have a look what's in it. Right, so you get a period in a sleeve, although the record doesn't come in this. And apart from, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody on there, to be honest. Ray Anthony. Oh, the Beach Boys, Surfing USA, that's on there. And Nat King Cole. So that is what the original inner sleeve would look like. I'm only going to do this for this one, and then on the others I'll just show you roughly what the albums look like and the sleeves. So then you get the album in a polyline sleeve. Shiny, shiny records. Oh, I'm like a kiddie in a sweet shop. That's the labels. That looks pretty flat, although it should do, seeing as it's brand spanking new. Yeah, that all seems in order. I don't really know what to say, because like I say, I haven't played these. But to me, as a Beatles fan based here in good old Blighty, or the UK as it's otherwise known, I think this is going to be more for the collector in the UK than probably collectors in America. So like I say, these weren't ever really officially released in the UK. And we can get battered up copies and stuff, but it's nice to have some really, really nice copies. Now you get this. Now, this is some made to look like a tape box, and you get one of these for every album that's in it. So Meet the Beatles was released on the 20th of January 1964, capital T 2047 mono, and then it tells you what it is, the songs again on there. Oh, so it's in like that. Right, okay. So you don't exactly get a hell of a lot of information, do you? I'm trying to think of the name of the bloke that did this. Yes, I mean, this is nice to have, but it's more of a, I think these are going to be more of a curio. To average Beatles fans, to people like me who are Beatles collectors, it's going to be nice to have pristine copies of these. I mean, this one, the Beatles' second album, you can actually get this on Parlophone export copy, and they usually go for about between £300 and £600. So this is the Beatles' second album. Really good imaginative name, isn't it? This hasn't got really any album similar to this of a UK release. This is why some people in the UK would call the American albums sort of like compilation albums, because this is just B-sides and leftover tracks off other albums into it, and a few EP tracks. So you got Roll Over Beethoven, Thank You Girl, You Really Got a Hold on Me, fantastic song, Devil in Her Heart, Money, You Can't Do That, Side 2 is Long Tall Sally, I Call Your Name, Please Mr Postman, I'll Get You and She Loves You. Again, really, really lovely, shiny, glossy cover. This is all I'm going to do now, is do this, yeah? Then we've got the one that wasn't on Capitol. This was on United Artists, the American version of A Hard Day's Night, which is not the same as the UK version. You've got, what's that on there? Bit of glue. You get instrumental versions by the George Martin Orchestra on this as well, don't you? Which, to be fair, are really, really nice. So this was originally on United Artists. I mean, that front cover, is that better than the UK version or not? I can never work out whether it is. And then the back cover is similar to the front cover. of the UK copy. Again, all these are on Capital, although this one isn't, is it, Dave? This one ain't, because it's on United Artists. So this one is worth having a look at, isn't it? Again, I have got a copy of this, but to be honest, mine isn't an American copy, it's a Canadian copy. But the label is exactly the same as that. Now that looks, I mean, bear in mind, you've just seen me take this out of the box and take it out the polyline sleeve. That actually looks quite dusty. But they are really, really heavy records. Heavy in weight. So that's 3 down, sorry. Again, you get the original, or a copy of the original inner sleeve. And a little pamphlet, isn't it? It's pamphlet, isn't it? Really. Then we've got Something New by the Beatles. Again, you can get this on a UK Parlophone export copy, which would cost you a small fortune. Again, this is what we would class as a compilation album in the UK. That's no disrespect, because in America this is how you grew up with the Beatles, and in some ways you got the better bargain, because you got more singles and more albums than we did in the UK. So on this you've got I'll Cry Instead, Things We Said Today, Anytime or When I Get Home, Slow Down, Matchbox. Side 2 is Tell Me Why, And I Love Her, I'm Happy Just to Dance With You, If I Fell, and the German version of I Want to Hold Your Hand. I'm not going to even attempt to say it. Again, really, really lovely, shiny, laminated covers. So as a package so far, about halfway through, I would say this is really, really nice. We'll go into whether I think it's worth the money and stuff when I've had time to listen to the records and things like that. This is just an unboxing showing you what's in it. This is the album that's exclusive, The Beatles Story. Double LP. I have got 3, maybe 4 copies of this in my collection. Some are on Apple, some are on the original Capital Rainbow label like this is. Don't very often play them. I do play them from time to time. It's basically a radio interview or radio show with snippets of interviews. There's a few like snippets of songs on and things like that. It's a gatefold. In fact, the gatefold is nice. The cover is actually quite good. They could have used this cover for something a bit different, say Something New from the Beatles or something like that with this. I think the cover's wasted on this. Again, that is just my personal opinion. It is like listening to a radio show. But when this came out, you've got to remember, when this came out in 1964, we didn't have the internet and things like that. And the Beatles' popularity in America was that quick. This was our people that had probably bought a Beatles record but found out a lot more about them. So that is the track list and everything on the back. Now, would you put that in this box set as that being exclusive to this, and that's like the bargaining thing to make you buy it? I'll wait to read your comments on that. Then we've got this one. If you watched my video the other day about some of my German LPs, you know that this was released in Germany as well. The Beatles 65. Fantastic album this is. It's basically the Beatles for sale, isn't it, with I Feel Fine and She's a Woman put on it and a couple of tracks taken off. So you get No Reply, I'm a Loser, Babies in Black, Rock and Roll Music, I'll Follow the Sun, Mr. Moonlight. Side 2 is Honey Don't, I'll Be Back, She's a Woman, I Feel Fine, Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. And on this, there's that much reverb on She's a Woman and I Feel Fine that it doesn't sound anything like the UK version. I think this one's got a different inner sleeve, hasn't it? Yeah, that's the inner sleeve for that one. These are all replicas of what would have been in the sleeves, that, you know, in the records. Look, they're even advertising Beatles records on that one. Again, overall, really nice package. And then we get to this one, the early Beatles. This came out in 1965 and is basically a rehash of the Please Please Me album from the UK, or if you lived in America, this is a reworking of Introducing the Beatles. It is a nice album, so I'm not criticising it, but if you call them this box set the Beatles 1964 US mono albums, why is this in it? Yes, some of the songs were recorded in, well, the songs were actually recorded in 1963, weren't they? And this came out in 1965. So this is just an observation. You've got the United Artists version of A Hard Day's Night in there, haven't you? So why didn't they do a VJ version of Introducing the Beatles instead of that? Because then everything that's in there would have actually been released in 1964 in America, yeah? Like I said, that's not criticism or anything. I just think that might have made it a bit more of a something to sell. Selling point, excuse me. I've got no problem with them whatsoever. If I would have bought them separately, £40 for Beatles album sounds a lot, but then again I paid more than £40 for my A Hard Day's Night white vinyl version for National Album Day or whatever it was called. You go into most record shops like HMVs and things like that, most Beatles albums are priced between £35 and £50, some are even more than that. So I think for what I've paid for it, I don't think I've done too bad. I mean, I've got the box. I've got a box for basically nothing, and I've got the Beatles story for nothing. Yeah. As box sets go, I think this is actually quite nice. I mean, what did we pay for the remixed versions of the Red and the Blue albums last year? They were £100 and something, weren't they, when they came out? And if you got them on colour vinyl, they were more. Yeah, so far I think this is. I actually think Apple and the Beatles camp and Universal Music and everybody involved with this has done something quite good here. They've given us something that we probably weren't expecting, but they've given us something that people do actually want in one way. They might not know that they wanted it when it was released. Like when I first heard about this being released, I thought, well, I won't get it because I've got the albums. And then I was thinking, well, maybe I might just get one or two of them. And then I'm thinking, but if I'm going to get one or two, I might as well try and get the whole lot. And then I worked out how much that would be to get the whole lot. And then I saw this, and then I got a discount for being a loyal customer. It's like, Dave, just buy it. If you don't buy it now, you'll regret it. Is it going to be an instant Beatles collectible? Don't know. Don't care. That isn't why I bought it. I have bought this in all honesty because I love the American albums anyway. Some British Beatles fans and European Beatles fans don't like the American albums. I think every Beatles album has got its place. You've got different mixes on there. If you haven't got any of these albums, by the way, I don't know if you can stream them or not, but if you can stream them, you stream I Feel Fine and She's a Woman, and they do not sound like anything else you will hear anywhere in the world. And Dave Dexter Jr., I think his name was, got criticised at the time for doing them, but now it's come full circle, and these are the copies that you must have, sort of thing. Am I glad I bought them? Yes, I'm very glad. I will be honest, it is an early Christmas present to myself. So yeah, just, you know, I'm chuffed to get them. I think if I hadn't got them when I got them, I think like in a week I'd have wanted them and it would be sold out. These are selling very fast, by the way. I don't think they've sold out quite as much as the George Harrison box set, but I think they made a few more of these. But apparently in America, they've sold out, haven't they, these box sets? I was watching a video the other day where somebody owns a shop and he'd ordered so many, and I think he got half of what he'd actually ordered. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased to add these to my collection. And if you give me a few days, I've got this weekend off, this coming weekend off. We have got a few things planned with family and things, but I will listen to them all, and then I will give you my honest review on whether you should buy them or not. Whether you're going to listen to that or not, I don't know. But thank you for joining me in this impromptu video. I just thought I'd share it with you. You're probably sick of seeing people showing these, but I thought you might want to just see my take on it. So until the next time, it's peace, love and happiness to you. Oh, by the way, if you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, please do. If you want to subscribe because you're not, please subscribe. It is free. And I've also started doing a few playlists of some of the older like videos. There's over 600 videos now on the channel, by the way. So peace, love and happiness to you all. Thank you for listening to Old Man talking about a load of rubbish for 25 minutes, and I love it all. Cheerio everybody, bye.